Hello, YouTube. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the Black Tiger Miner YouTube channel. And this video is about XRP. And we're looking at XRP and these ETFs coming. So these ETFs are coming sooner than you think. No diddy. But seriously, let's click to the screen share real quick. And don't forget to sign up for the Black Tiger Miner Twitter page to stay updated with Twitter updates and news for XRP and of course our favorite Turbo Toad turnup. But as you can see here, there's a few articles and then we'll get to the information about the ETFs. So this is update to all XRP hold. We now have 11 XRP ETFs filed. Get ready to be rich this summer. So this is ADA. Actually, let's skip down. Litecoin has 4 ETFs. Why does Litecoin has ETF? Weird. Solana has 11 ETFs. Actually, Spot 6, Futures 4, and 1 for combos. XRP has 6 for spot, 4 for futures, and 1 for combo as well, which is actually pretty interesting. Moving forward, breaking news, XRP is using by most banks, even ones that don't show it on their books. Ripple employees confirms top DeFi token XRPL CTF token on board at Amazon and Walmart. So even retail's jumping on board. Crazy is millionaires will be made 20 billion market cap. Send CTF token from 97 cents to 748 per token. CTF tokens gold mine. You like it if you don't. Fact is, it's taken a huge piece of the DeFi game with a total supply of only 119 million tokens. A supply shock is coming. Not sure what CTF is, but let me know in the comments. Actually, there's a video here. I didn't even see that. See what
Experimented with
12. See if we can
again, to tell you a story, 3 years ago,
see if we can add a little volume here. So let me know if you guys are familiar with this CTF.
Again, to tell you a story, 3 years ago, we actually experimented with 12 banks across different geographies who did not have pre-funding relationship with each other. We gave them a bunch of digital asset called XRP and asked them to use it to see if it works for cross-border payments as a bridge currency. They came back to us after 6 months and they said, look, it works beautifully, but we cannot use this. And there are 2 issues with this. Number 1, it's highly volatile, so we cannot use it. Number 2, my regulator will never allow me to use this. There is no risk weighting to this, and it's too volatile. There is no way the central banks will allow me to use this. This was in 2015-16. So we went back to the drawing board and came up with a new product. As I mentioned, ODL, on-demand liquidity. And basically what that product does is, through that product, banks do not have to hold a digital asset on their books. They could leverage that product, connect with a digital asset exchange, which, mind you, is fully licensed and supervised, and then leverage that exchange to source liquidity. Again, to tell you.
Interesting. I might need to check out part 2. Breaking news, Bank of America is now exclusively using XRP for all transactions. XRP is going to the moon. That I would have to research because that would be crazy if they are using exclusively XRP for all their transactions. That would definitely have to be confirmed. Breaking insight, BlackRock is buying 9 trillion in XRP. Not the guy that said they would never use crypto. I don't know. I got to research that as well. We made it, mama. XRP on-chain activity. The XRPL explained heightened activity across on-chain metrics despite slightly 2.8% drop in transaction count to 167 million. The AMM feature launched last March uh, achieved seven. Let's see if we can make that bigger. There you go. 774.1 in swap volume Q4, significant increase from 31.2 million in Q3. That's a huge increase, actually. The growth drove on-chain DEX trading volume from 36.4 million in Q3 to 1 billion in Q4, with AMM swaps accounting for 77% of total volume. The momentum was primarily driven by XRP price surge and strong adoption of First Ledger, a meme coin creation and trading platform integrated with Discord. Wallet creation soared 709K with substantial jump to from 140K in Q3, reflecting growth interest in XRP Ledger. XRP average cost price rose to 55 cents in Q3 to $1.43, peaking at $2.80, while increasing network fees, with total XRP burned rising from 592,000 in Q3 to 724 in Q5. Interesting. Gonna keep an eye on that as well. Japan's SBI will use Ripple distributed ledger technology for international remittance services immediately. Since we have activity incorporated latest financial technology such as Ripple distributed ledger technology in the US to develop secure, inexpensive first overseas remittance. So yeah, I was thinking that anyway, right? Oh wow, this is today. Wow. So yeah, I told you guys Ripple was gonna make moves, right? It was gonna freaking take off. And because of the low fees, it would be hard to find a competitor to keep up, right? These guys are gonna freaking take over the market. And of course, the bank's looking for cheap alternatives, right? The banks wants to save money. So anything that could happen to make transaction processing cheaper, these guys are going to run to it. Currently, XRP is 175 billion market cap, down 0.29%. 24 hours is down 3.1%. Last 7 days, it is down 2.2%. Last 30 days, it is up 29%. 90 days, it is up 492%. And for the year, it is up 500%. If you like it, I love it. Let's go. Okay, so here's the information you've all been waiting for. This is also today. Canada races to launch world's first XRP ETF before the US. Purpose Investments, a Canadian asset manager, has officially filed preliminary perspectives today to launch world's first spot XRP exchange traded fund on Toronto Stock Exchange. The race against the US, where multiple companies have already filed but yet to get approved, is their press release. Purpose Investments said they're betting Canada will get first. I'm telling you guys, with the new administration, things are going to move faster, right? The people at the SEC that was slowing down cryptocurrency are gone. So the wild, wild west is over with. Crypto is moving forward, and these guys are balls to the walls. The XRP ETF reportedly plans to hold long-term Ripple XRP assets and give investors easy, regulated ways to purchase from XRP's growth. As XRP sees increasing adoption and institutional interest, we believe ETF can offer investors a transparent and familiar way to access within regulated framework, says Sam, CEO of Purpose Investment. Grayscale fights for XRP ETF approval in the US. Meanwhile, in America, Grayscale Investments files for applications on January 30th, which was yesterday, to convert its existing XRP trust into an ETF. They submitted the proposal on the New York Stock Exchange and tapped Coinbase Custody Trust Company as their official custodian. Grayscale manages 16.1 million in XRP through its current trust, and converting it into an ETF could let expand access to investors. The company's optimistic because they believe the SEC will finally budge under new regulatory management. Grayscale CEO believes that allowing shares of the trust to list on trade exchanges ETFs will provide investors a way to invest in XRP on a regulated national security exchange. So this is the XRP. I'm trying to figure out what this article is. I mean, this part, the commercial. Actually, let's see if this is actual video. What is this? What is this guy talking about?
Where we are going to discuss Botto, the decentralized autonomous artist, and the man who created Botto originally, Mario. Before we get into the details on Botto, could you give us some insight and context to where you started? I believe you're a graphic designer working for nightclubs in Germany.
Well, it's always difficult to kind of map my career because I always followed kind of what I was interested.
Okay, I don't even know what they're talking about. We'll keep moving. Crypto asset manager XRP exchange traded fund joined a long list of companies applying for crypto ETFs to take advantage of the Trump administration's friendlier Bitcoin lesser known relative. So far, says ongoing SEC lawsuits involving XRP asset that the cryptocurrency is a security, barring it from being approved for an EFT. If Atkins is confirmed, it's likely that he will either win down or drop these suits entirely, but it's unclear when this will happen. The same applies to Solana ETFs, which Grayscale has also filed for. I didn't even think about that. With the current lawsuit, if they can't make these ETFs, right, because the lawsuit's pending, they're definitely going to have to drop these lawsuits quick. So that might be what's holding them back from getting these ETFs created, which is probably what's going to push Canada ahead while they're fighting with the SEC about useless lawsuits. So again, even out of office, Gary Gensler is still slowing down crypto. This is crazy. There's some more work that needs to be done on the front that doesn't need to happen with something like Litecoin. SEC has never called Litecoin a security, so I won't be surprised to see if Litecoin comes first. However, Monica Long, president of Ripple, the company behind XRP, told Bloomberg earlier this month that she thinks XRP ETF is next in line and will be approved very soon. Other asset managers have filed for XRP ETFs include Bitwise, Wisdom Tree, and Coronary, originally on fortune.com. So this is Grayscale Eyes XRP ETF market surge and well activity set to stage for a potential breakout. So basically, the coin is about to run as word of the ETF spread. And if they do this also from today, Grayscale Investments applied on January 30th, 2025, yesterday, to convert XRP Trust into a spot exchange traded fund, ETF. The aim is to provide a regulated platform for investors to purchase XRP, which is approximately 16 million asset management, 16 million in asset under management. The proposed ETF will primarily hold XRP and have shares that are tradable as regular stocks, thus making it easier for both institution and retail to invest. In respect to the asset being digital, the custodians shall hold the high commitment to rules to hitherto. Heatherter? I don't even know what this is. Have troubled such products in the past. The Grayscale application comes as crypto ETFs have gained tremendous attention, with other companies trying similar applications. Following applications, XRP had an upsurge in markets, and it's perceived to have mainstream adoption. Approval of this ETF will open easier market access to traditional investors, may impact Ripple's Labs pending legal struggles with the SEC. During the last week of January, a huge amount of whale activity in XRP reflected great interest among big whales. On the 27th of January, a whale moved 29.5 billion XRP, approximately 92.7 million, to Coinbase. It fueled speculation that it might have planned to sell or trade. Throughout this month, whales have added up 120 million XRP through dips that indicated whales have a belief in the asset. Daily trading volume jumped to about 13.6 billion on January 26, 81% rise as XRP stayed as high as $3. This saw a remarkable price gain of 560% from November 24th, leading to the need to ask whether that's substantial or not. XRP showed a major pullback of more than 20% from a major bottom at $2.62. If it hit a high of $3.21, it's currently trading around $3.07. A daily close $1.60 could signal a further minor bearish trend. XRP remains above short-term 30-day EMA and 55 EMA, and above the long-term moving average, the 200-day EMA. On the 4-hour chart, confirming that mixed trend. Interesting. So what do you guys think? Do you think it is a bearish trend happening with XRP, or do you think it is about to take off? So here it is on the hour chart. It is losing volume at a MACD cross, and it's going down. I need to get the RSI indicator back on here. Looks like there was a green candle, and looks like it's still hitting at that resistance at $3.03 on the 15-minute chart. Looks like it did push above this $3 and came back down. So it looks like it is forming a double bottom pattern, possibly. That's on the 15. Let's check the 5-minute chart. Looks like it's pushing against this resistance and getting ready to break out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think it is gearing up for a breakout today or tomorrow over the weekend? Generally, the price actions pushes up Saturday night and Sunday, and over the weekend. But let me know what you guys think about that. Got a video for you. This is urgent alert. Donald Trump just dropped a bombshell starting tomorrow with the USA and the Canadian tariffs coming in. So let's see what this guy has to say. Let me know in the comments what you think.
Joke is Donald Trump just flipped the crypto and stock market. What did he say and what's going on? Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. We're going to talk about crypto. We'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about XRP. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smash that like button and let's get into it. So as you can see, the crypto market was doing pretty good, but then we saw it fall off a cliff. What happened here? Well, basically the day started out pretty good with the PC data coming in line. PC December 2.6 versus 2.6 estimated, core PC 2.8 versus 2.8 estimated. So this is the preferred Fed estimation. This is the preferred Fed inflation data, and it was in line. So the market was like, yay, it was looking good. And then there was a story that came out that said that from Reuters, and I hate Reuters, they're the worst out there of all the mainstream media outlets. It's exclusive. US President Donald Trump is expected to announce new tariffs against Canada and Mexico that will begin March 1st, but will include a process for the countries to seek specific exemptions for certain imports. People familiar with the planning said, and Donald Trump was like, no, you guys are full of it. You don't know what you're talking about. And he said that they are wrong. And he also said that there's going to be a 10% tariff on China. And all this is officially starting tomorrow. This will be on top of already existing tariffs on China, and the market did not like this. The S&P 500, the stock market started pulling back. Anyway, this is a Freaky Friday, so Friday, of course, options are expiring. And so this makes it even more volatile. And you can see XRP is down minus 2.78%. Bitcoin is down 2.15%. And in general, the total crypto market is down 1%. After it was doing pretty good, it was looking pretty good here for the crypto market. And then we saw this pullback. This is because, of course, of what Trump said, and this is affecting the market. This is how it is sometimes. That's why I always tell you, I do not know exactly if things are going to go up or down. You never know, because you always have some kind of scenario like this where someone says something, or there's a new someone attacks someone, or there's always these quote unquote black swan events. I wouldn't call this a black swan event, but it did crash the market. It made the market pull back when it was doing good because of the PCE data. And so this is why, like I say, hey, I don't know what's going to happen. I try to give you the best news of what's happening. I recorded this video, by the way. I wasn't sure what was going on, and then I re-recorded it because I waited a little bit. I saw what was going on. I try to give you the best daily news. Some people are going to like it. Some people are not going to like it. When the prices start getting a little bit sideways, I see more and more people get a little bit anxious, and it's also the fault of YouTube in general. And there's a lot of videos out there now saying, XRP holders are going to get rich, and this is how you're going to get rich in 2025, and all kinds of videos like that. I don't make those videos because, first of all, I think rich is relative. Some people are good with $1 million. Some people are good with $10 million. Some people are good with $100 million to become rich, right? Like some people are good with a house and a car. Some people want a mansion and a Lamborghini. Some people need a private jet and a yacht, a $200 million yacht. It's all perspective, right? Some people in third world countries just want a roof over their head and they feel rich in their village, right? So it's all about perspective. And in general, some people are going to get rich from the crypto market. Not everybody's going to get rich. So it's very important to understand that. And because people are making these videos, other people that are watching the videos are kind of disappointed now when the market is moving sideways and they are not rich yet. And so I get that. And so that's why anybody that says that they're not enjoying my videos, or my videos are too long, or I yap too much, or I say too much, or I make too many jokes, I'm like, The videos are free. You don't have to watch. Thank you very much. No hard feelings. See you later. Because I've seen this before. It happens every single cycle. There's a pop, consolidation, people get restless, they move on, it's fine, and then they come back when things are popping again. It's okay, because people were defending me in the comment section, right? It's okay if I control them, but you guys control them too, if you want. It's like my children, when they want some attention. So what will they do? They'll annoy their siblings, or they'll annoy me, or they'll pull on my shirt, right? Same things with these commenters. They're just looking for some some gratification from trying to make me mad from these comments, or to do something to me, but it doesn't do anything to me. So I just troll them back. And so if you see any of those comments, you can troll them as well. By the way, if you want to be one of our moderators, we have some new moderators in the comments. We're doing a good job, and they're surprised at how many spam comments there are. Like, they're writing to me, I'm deleting the spam comments, and then there's like more coming in. I was like, yeah, this is what I have to deal with every single time. And it's like 400 spam comments. So if you want to be a moderator, help us out. If we get like 20 people doing it, and so I think we can fight against the spam comments. So if you're interested, let me know in the description down below or on the post that I did a few days ago. And thank you to all the moderators that are working at it now. We have a few videos already that we cleaned it up, and I think we can do it going forward. Of course, it's not going to happen right away, but we're trying. And so there was also some, big news. Oh, by the way, XRP up 50% in January, while Bitcoin rises 13% and Ethereum falls. So in general, XRP, has done pretty good here, right? On the month, 45%. It dropped a little bit, 500% over the last 3 months, right? So, if it consolidates a little bit, it's fine. I'm okay with that. I've said this before. If it happens today, tomorrow, the next week, or in a year, I'm fine. I'm not ready to get rich just yet. I'm not ready. I don't think I'm ready just yet. I need some more time, right? The problem is a lot of people that get rich by accident is that they lose everything after that, because they try to get even more rich and they got lucky once, and then they don't get lucky the second time and they lose everything. I just read about a YouTuber that made a lot of money and he didn't play it right. He owed a lot of taxes, and he lost a lot of money in the markets, and he lost everything after he, quote unquote, got rich. So you have to be very careful out there, okay? There also was news about Canada, Canadian company Prosperous Investments that is going to, they said, innovation drives the future of digital assets investing. We're proud to file a perennial prospectus for the world's first Ripple XRP ETF, expanding access to regulated institutional-grade crypto exposure. If you remember, these guys were the first to have a Bitcoin ETF in Canada, and maybe they'll be the first ones to get the XRP ETF. Maybe this will spark, the competition between Trump and the Canadians, and Trump will be like, no, we got to be first with the XRP ETF. And it's like, we got to do it now. So maybe that's going to happen here, and that will fuel the fire beneath Trump's behind. And he will tell the SEC, hey guys, we got to get these XRP ETFs before the Canadians are going to get it. We don't want to let Canada win. I know like 5% of you are Canadian, so go Canada. And then to the 60% US, go USA. So it's going to be interesting to see who's the first, right? Like, who's the first man on the moon? Who's the first one to the XRP ETF? That is going to be very interesting as well. And we'll see what happens with the price. Sometimes there's this news like we had here. And each asset has its own set of liquidation potential. Same way in the stock market, there's margin calls on specific assets. Some assets will fall stronger than others. Like Nvidia has been very, very delicate over the past few days, so there's probably a lot of shorts there, and it got squeezed to the downside a little bit. Whereas other assets, you can see how the VIX popped here once the news came out about the tariffs, and same things happening here with the crypto market. And for example, XRP, might have more liquidations. So you have a scenario like that where XRP is getting maybe sold off a little bit more or a little bit less because of leverage that is happening. 3 million liquidated on the long here for XRP. And in general, 100,000 traders were liquidated in the last 24 hours. So the volatility continues to shake out the leverage positions. So just be very, very careful if you are using leverage. Of course, not financial advice. You should always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Remember, I'll never contact you on social media asking you to sign up.
So who you with? Canada versus the US for the XRP ETFs. And I think Canada's probably going to edge ahead. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. So let's move to the next video. This is Ripple XRP Wow, world's first ETF. And this is Bull Runner. So let's see what he has to say. Actually, let me check this real quick. Oh, wow.
A proposal that I have and that President Trump has discussed about a strategic Bitcoin reserve or strategic Bitcoin stockpile, where the United States would acquire and hold Bitcoin for 20 years. Because of the way that Bitcoin has been appreciating since inception, this would be an asset that could help shore up the US dollar as the world reserve currency and serve as a reserve that could be used to reduce the national debt significantly. You know, the American people are still hurting from inflation, from high prices, and they want the national debt reduced. These are ways to do it with an asset that is immutable, can easily be held by the federal government in a variety of vaults, and that states can participate in as well. So this is the gold standard digital asset. And a strategic Bitcoin reserve is the way to embed it.
You know, we got off the gold standard a long time ago. My question is how much you would spend tax dollars at a time where we're talking about trying to reduce costs. How much would you spend on Bitcoin as part of this reserve?
We wouldn't have to spend any new dollars. We have reserves at our 12 Federal Reserve banks, including gold certificates that could be converted to current fair market value. They're held at their 1970s value on the books, and then sell them into Bitcoin. That way, we wouldn't have to use any new dollars in order to establish this reserve. The United States already holds over 200,000 Bitcoin in the asset forfeiture funds. So that would be the initial source of Bitcoin. So no new money spent on this reserve.
What's going on, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Imagine a world where your investments in cryptocurrencies could skyrocket overnight, where the boundaries between traditional and decentralized finance blur into one seamless opportunity. Welcome to a journey into the heart of digital finance revolution. Today, we're unveiling secrets that could redefine your investment strategy. But first, let's dive into the mystery that's been widespread all throughout the dark corners of the internet. Every investor knows the thrill of the unknown, but what if I told you that there's a new player in town that might just hold the key to unlocking the true potential of your crypto portfolio? Purpose Investments has quietly filed for something revolutionary, the world's first XRP ETF. Yes, you heard that right, an XRP exchange-traded fund that could bridge the gap between traditional finance systems and the vibrant, volatile crypto market. But here's the catch. It is still in preliminary prospect stage right now. And as we all know right now, the problem for XRP is the accessibility to XRP has been limited. Traditional investors are sometimes scared to invest into the actual blockchain. Well, this ETF could change the game, offering a regulated, easy to access investment vehicle for XRP. But there's more to the story. But that's not all for today. Let's dive into another layer of intrigue with the DeepSeek R1. And if you've been under a rock, you may not have heard of what DeepSeek is. But we're going to go over 9 curious things that you won't believe about this AI. From its uncanny ability to predict the markets to its controversial data sourcing methods, DeepSeek is more than just a tool. It's a narrative unfolding in real time. How does it affect your crypto strategy? Well, stay tuned. We're going to peel back the layers. In the crypto market, each piece of information could be the puzzle piece that you've been missing for your investment strategy. And because I know you're here for the long haul, if you stick with me until the end of this video, I've got something special for you. We're going to go over a sneak peek of our exclusive crypto community platform, Altcoin Pro. And this just isn't another crypto group. It's your gateway to direct insights, early investment tips, and a community of like-minded pioneers. But you'll only get the full details if you watch until the end. And if you're like most people, you probably don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day in the crypto news like we do here on this channel. So if that's what you're looking for, a condensed news source, make sure you subscribe. And if you're feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below.
Hey, bull runners, this is super time sensitive, especially if you're looking to stack more crypto before the bull run is over. Did you this business that generated 1.6 in your pocket to you?
Cynthia Loomis reveals something spectacular. The gold certificates that are held by the U.S. Treasury are still valued at their 1973 statutory price of $42.22 per ounce, rather than the current market price of gold. With a fixed price of $42.22, the Treasury values its gold reserves based on the statutory price. The valuation remains unchanged despite the market price of gold being significantly higher. Gold is trading at $2,800 per ounce. Gold held at Fort Knox and other depositories. The United States holds 261 million troy ounces of gold at the outdated valuation of $42 an ounce. The gold reserve is reported as $11 billion on the Federal Reserve's balance sheet today, not with the new today price, but with the old price. If marked to current market value, the reserves would be well over $500 billion. So $500 billion locked up in gold right now. But why doesn't the U.S. update that gold price? The statutory price is a relic from the Bretton Woods system, which ended in 1971 when the U.S. fully transitioned off the gold standard. Adjusting the value would affect monetary policy, treasury accounting, and international financial agreements. So huge news for all of crypto. Do you believe a Bitcoin strategic reserve is going to happen? Let me know down in the comment section, 777 if you believe it does. And in other major news hitting the cycle today, the NASDAQ is going to go full crypto right after the law gets passed. Let's go XRP.
I want to ask you about the ETF market while we have you here. We don't get Nelson here that often, so I want to pick your brains. This is one of the many things in your portfolio is to make sure that the NASDAQ ETF business continues to do well. It seems to me there's two big trends here. One is the cryptocurrency trend. The cryptocurrency ETFs, biggest, I mean, I don't know if it's the most successful launch ever, but 150 billion in assets in 1 year is pretty darn good. You have IBIT, which is the biggest one out there, is listed on NASDAQ, right? The BlackRock ETF. Give us some riff on that, if you will. And then the other trend I see is sort of option-based ETFs in general. But talk about crypto.
We're still obviously big parts of the active market. So I think there's still a lot more money in active assets, but more new money going into, ETF assets. That's very clear. 2 out of every $3 is moving in that direction. So we just continue to see demand for ETFs being built by NASDAQ. It's not just NASDAQ, though. There's other big providers out there. So I just think we are continuing to see this trend of passive, but you need to have active to, marry that so you don't end up being too concentrated just in active. I think we're in a unique moment in time to say, how does active continue to have a role? So you do have moments like a whole sector gets developed around something like digital or crypto, and now potentially having more clarity on the rules of what it actually is going to be.
Do you anticipate we will? I mean, we keep waiting for this grand piece of legislation for years now. That it seems more real now. The possibility.
It feels as real as ever. So just being over it at the World Economic Forum, there's a lot of the players in the digital space, but then you start talking of the institutional side, the banks saying, well, if there's rule clarity, we're going to be more active in the space. So I think it certainly feels like to us, their mandate from the top saying there's going to be more clarity is coming. Yeah. And we'll see.
So as some of you know, we just had a in-person meetup for the Altcoin Pro. We were in Vegas for 5 days. And one of the main things we talked about there, besides the coaching, when we were doing some one-on-one and group gatherings and having some fun independently outside of just the meeting, a lot of people were starting to talk about crypto adoption and how small of an amount that has actually been adopted. In fact, there was another entire group there that were staying in the same Airbnb that we were using And they're all based on AI and very high tech, very smart people. None of them. We talked to literally every single person in that group, over 50 people in that group alone. We had 50 in our group as well. None of them had any Bitcoin. And just think of how easy Bitcoin is to buy. Coinbase, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, not even $10. These people didn't even hold Bitcoin yet. So just imagine the people that are out there right now that think that Bitcoin, crypto, XRP, they don't know anything about it, but it's kind of cool. We got a little rumors here and there. Once it goes mainstream, which we already have some Bitcoin ETFs and some Ethereum ETFs, when other cryptos start to get those as well, and they're also sold on the regular stock exchange through the ETFs, supreme adoption, which is going to be huge for the overall market cap. And speaking of market cap, we have to think, remember, Brad Garlinghouse stated that he thought that the crypto market cap would get to $5 trillion by the end of 2024. Obviously, didn't happen. The market cap currently sitting at 3.5 trillion. So just imagine what the crypto prices are right now. If we were to double that to 7 trillion in 2025, 2026, if ultimate adoption starts to kick in, where these prices could really start to go. So with a market cap of 3.52 trillion, we had $115 billion worth of.
Okay, we're going to pause the bull runner because there's a lot of news here. I'm trying to stick to mainly just XRP. So this is XRP HBAR payments halts or fails. Let's see what Crypto Claus has to say. Let me just cue this up 1 second.
Well, I've got updates for you. El Salvador's crypto remittances plummet. HBAR news, yeah, I got you covered. Futures, XRP is collateral for loan. Would you do it? And a new feature is live on the XRPL automated market maker.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
A little bit of Solana and Hedera future news for you. Yeah, you want to get those ETFs a rolling. But before we get into that, your comments come first. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Maybe I'll share it beginning of the next video. M Hollywood channel member, thank you very much. Dropping support on the channel. Totally appreciate it. I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning. Dude, that was stuck in my head for the longest time when I made that clip. Romaine the Trucker gives us some early laughs. Love it. My guy says, I guess YouTube needs the XRP transfer to get those donations to you faster. That actually made me laugh, dude, when I read that. So cheers and kudos to you. Robert James says, needed, Mr. Garrison Klaus. Blessings and high praise. That's right. My job is to bring you the news, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad, so that you can stay informed. And to the haters out there, you know every hated post gives me 7 exposure views to new viewers, and it just makes me stronger, a la the Emperor. Bitcoin sitting at 105,046, ETH at 34.1. ETH still a laggard in this move. XRP 308, HBAR 31.5, XLM 42.1. Market's gone a little bit sideways here, and we're waiting for SEC head confirmation hearings. I've got that news for you. We're waiting for a bunch of stuff to happen, and I have a feeling the first 2 weeks of February are going to be absolutely wild. But let's start it off. Coinbase seeks the CFTC nod for Solana and Hedera futures contracts. According to the January 30th filings, Coinbase Derivatives plans to introduce cash-settled futures contracts for Solana and Hedera with monthly settlement periods. This move comes amid a flurry of regulatory filings to list new assets like crypto ETFs and derivatives. Yeah, you want to get the ETFs going, you got to get some futures going, you got to get the pricing structure done. That's done through the CFTC. For Solana, Coinbase is introducing 2 future contracts. The standard SOL contract will have a contract size of 100 SOL, and the other one will have one of 5 SOL. So they're going for bigs and smalls. HBAR's got a very similar one, with one of them totaling 5,000 and the other one at 25 million. Here's that filing from Coinbase. You're welcome to read it. Why? Well, because as always, any article you see in this video, along with all my other ones, they will be linked to everyone in the description below. Ooh, a little juicy siege battle going on the screen behind me. El Salvador's BTC remittances hit an all-time low. One of the biggest selling points that we heard from crypto in the beginning was the idea of remittances. And remittances across the globe, hundreds of billions of dollars, right? So there's a massive market there. And I want you to think of like Western Union, MoneyGram, all that kind of stuff. In fact, where I'm at right now, remittances are huge. Plenty of people from this country here have gone to the United States, Canada, Europe, and so forth, and send money back. And there's some nasty fees with that. So crypto could totally help. But El Salvador's remittances are dropping. People aren't using it. El Salvador's cryptocurrency remittances as a proportion of the total remittances have fallen to new lows, according to data from Banco Central de Reserva El Salvador. Ooh, I like that. The peak period for these transactions is when the lawmaking Bitcoin legal tender was originally passed in 2021 and has largely fallen. Now, here's a stat. And does this stat scare you? Because we're still thinking about crypto utility and so forth, and it can't just be speculation, right? And speaking of utility, I got XRP utility news for you. You might not be into it, but I gotta share it. The peak remittances was now less than 1% of the total. For December, the total amount of family remittances from cryptocurrency digital wallets was only $7.22 million. That's crazy low. So does that mean the boom is gone with that kind of stuff? Or does it mean that they're not really a fan of using BTC for the remittances? Also, El Salvador has had to kind of reel in their BTC hysteria because the IMF was like, girlfriend, if you want a loan from us, you're going to have to stop the BTC craze. Now let's talk about the Senate hearings, Paul Atkins, and all that kind of SEC stuff. Okay, here's the deal, all right? He is going through the process right now. And the last filing, okay, so the last update to this was on the 28th of January. This was received in the Senate and referred to the Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. Once they get it, they're going to chop through it, and then they're going to give us a new date. The SEC can't really do anything too crazy right now until they get this head confirmed, right? There's only certain things they can do, obviously, within the provisions of the law. So now we need this. This is one of the big things holding us back. And I know what you're saying. Bro, how long does this take? Dude, it's the United States government, man. Like, trust me, none of this stuff happens fast. So as updates happen, I'll be sure to share it with you. So hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. But right now, it has been forwarded to the Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. As soon as Atkins gets approved, we should see a flurry of changes in the crypto space. Investment firm completes the loan using XRP as collateral. I'm going to read a little bit of bits here for you, and I want to hear from you. Would you ever use XRP as collateral? We're pleased to report a 7-figure loan was recently completed using XRP. This loan offers liquidity without requiring the sale of assets, and the foundation lies in smart contracts. The traditional loans often involve lengthy processes, but this deal was done in 72 hours. So that's actually really good, right? But would you use your crypto for collateral as a loan? I mean, like, I understand that there are some people out there that have a lot of money, right? A lot of fiat tied up into crypto. So for them, this might be a good option. Now, I like this story because it has to do with what? Another use case for crypto, right? We can't just be sitting here all going, oh, dude, we just want to buy low and sell high, the obvious, right? No, we got to use crypto for something. And that's why I brought up the El Salvador story about remittances for crypto being at an all-time low. Because remember, a few years ago, that's all these crypto companies touted was, oh, this is awesome for cross-border payments. Oh, it's awesome for remittances. But we're seeing that the public really isn't getting into that too much. In fact, okay, so the country I'm in right now, Latin American country, beautiful place, by the way. I'm having so much fun out here. I have been to a whole ton of stores, like a ton of them. One of them has taken crypto for payments, and it was actually like a toy gaming store, right, with some kind of cool tech stuff in there. That's it. Only one of them. I have not seen any other like crypto ATMs. I haven't seen any other crypto payment things, nothing like that. Only one store has had it. So crypto for payments, is it losing its luster? And would you risk your XRP as a loan collateral? Let me know down below. All right, XRPL has a new feature, automated market maker clawback upgrade goes live. Will it affect the price? No, not at all. But I wanted to share this with you because I know I have some XRPL fans. In fact, I know some of you out there are totally into some of the pools and you've been making some passive income within those pools, right? And remember, that's my job. My job is to bring you a whole bevy of stories. It's up to you to watch the ones that, interest you. All right. Overall crypto market, I wanted to share one thing, all right? I didn't want to talk price action. It's gotten a little sideways. I wanted to share with you the ETF's net inflows, okay? Mass peak hysteria early in December. And we saw that when the alts really did a big roar. You can see now as of late, it's really calmed down. We're waiting for SEC confirmation. We're waiting for the first 30-day thing from Trump's executive order to come in play. And by the way, I'll have that video linked at the end. I released it late yesterday. The algorithms did not push it. So if you want to get all the cool big dates in regards to those crypto executive orders taking effect, it will be linked at the end of this video. But you can definitely see the ETFs are starting to slow down a bit. BTC dominance is still there at 57.8%, ETH at 11.4%, and the others at 30.9%. Overall, the market is waiting for more news to break. The market cap is healthy at $3.6 trillion. Volume down, of course. Why? Because we're waiting for the big stuff to happen. And we know every weekend, right? Crypto kind of takes a little bit of a snooze. And it's okay. Trust me. I even felt a smidge of burnout during this week trying to keep up with all the juicy stories that were happening. So if you're feeling like a little burnt out, a little like, oh, dude, I'm feeling it, man. It's cool. We're all feeling it because this has been a wild several months of crypto. Fine right now at $107 billion. Overall, things are healthy and we're waiting for a few stories to thaw. Now, crypto for loans, that's an interesting thing because that's going to open up another segment of utility and usage for crypto. But obviously, collateral comes with the risk. It's the same thing. Would you ever use your house for a loan? I mean, some of you business players out there know exactly what I'm talking about. You do. You put your house up for collateral on some of the loans that are out there. But would you use your crypto for collateral? And how do you feel about remittances in El Salvador really, really starting to tank? It's the whole like utility versus speculation thing, right? Right now, the crypto market is made of tons of speculation and very low utility and usage. We need to start finding more ways to get that utility and usage up to start matching that speculation. In terms of payments, like I said, firsthand news. I'm here, beautiful country. Only one place so far has taken crypto as payments. And trust me, I've kept my eyes peeled. And it's really easy to see the crypto logos out there, but only one store has had it. It was a very cool gaming store. And I did pick myself up some cool gifts from there. Some complete in-box, old school Star Wars figurines. Oh, Klaus, how did you find that in Central America? Oh, it was tough to find, but I did find it. Now, in terms of HBAR futures, like you need to get that stuff done to make sure that you get the what? ETFs. Yesterday, the story, right, the one that got suppressed by the algorithm, which you know I'm pimping out at the end of this video, said that there would be $8 billion for 2 ETFs ready to flow in for XRP. That's just 2 ETFs that have been filed. So think about what they would do for the rest of the market. And you can't get the ETFs, you can't get the juicy rags until Paul Atkins gets confirmed. Right now, it's set to the Senate Banking Housing Committee. They're going to do their thing. They're going to set up some hearing dates, and I'll be glad to share that with you. So make sure you hit the notification button so you don't miss out because I bring in the news, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. And remember, I scrub the news so that you don't have to. And how do we end videos? Ooh, there's some heavy art.
Good information there. So let me see. I saw another video when I was waiting on this to load. I think that's to the who is this? Do we? Yeah. So it wasn't this. What was that video I was looking at? It was a short video. Maybe it was this one. I think it was this one. The main man. I think it's
I
this
still
guy.
don't truly believe that people understand just how big blockchains like XLM and XRP are going to be. Well, don't worry, we've got you covered in this video. And this video really is coming on the back end of what we looked at in our daily market update earlier. And
So this is pretty much the last video. We'll shut it down on this Friday Eve. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We made it. So let's run this video and see what he has to talk about.
that was what Christine Lagarde had to say about Bitcoin and central banks just yesterday. It's not even 24 hours old. Now, this is going to send us down a bit of a rabbit hole because what she basically says is that she doesn't believe the innovation is Bitcoin, but more broadly crypto. And she also says that there's no doubt in her mind that distributed ledger technology is fundamentally shaking up the entire financial system. Now, who is Christine Lagarde? Of course, she's the head of the European Central Bank, the second largest central bank in the world. We'll look at a clip of her talking about the shaking up of the financial system. We already know this. We're also going to look at and she really sort of highlights the fact that it's not Bitcoin that's the innovation here. It's more broadly the cryptocurrency space. And then we're going to look at what the NASDAQ, or what was said on the NASDAQ. And that is that the future of finance is crypto, not Bitcoin. And then we're going to talk and play a clip of Christine Lagarde actually specifically mentioning Ripple, and she mentions Circle, which of course is predominantly ran on XLM. And then we'll do a little bit of looking at some price charts. And this is a really good video. So not only is it timely in regards to the kind of war that's going on and the lack of education around what Bitcoin is and what technologies like XRP and XLM are, you know, there's this kind of Maxi versus XRP, obviously on the back end of the announcement of a digital asset strategic reserve. That is coming. People were furious that it wasn't just Bitcoin. Well, we've always said this, the innovation goes far beyond Bitcoin. Bitcoin is beautiful, it's wonderful. But actually, when we look at blockchains like XLM and XRP, they're going to be used far more than Bitcoin because ultimately they're going to be used to enable the new financial system. We did a great video. We filmed an amazing interview with Vandal yesterday. The feedback on that is unbelievable, and I think that speaks volumes. Some people are saying that's the best video they've ever watched as it relates to the cryptocurrency space. So do go and check that out from yesterday. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Let's kick things off with what inspired me to make this video, and that is what Christine Lagarde had to say yesterday on Bitcoin.
On this matter that you referred to, and whether reserves of central bank should or could include Bitcoins, I think there is a view around the table of the Governing Council, and most likely the General Council as well, that reserves have to be liquid, that reserves have to be secure, that they have to be safe, that they should not be plagued by the suspicion of money laundering or other criminal activities. And as a result, I'm confident that reserves will not enter, that Bitcoins will not enter the reserves of any of the central banks of the General Council. I had a good conversation with my colleague from the Czech Republic, and I leave it to him to make whatever announcement he wants to make, but I'm confident that he's convinced, as we all are, of the necessity to have liquid, secure, and safe reserves. Thank you.
So that video really gets you thinking. You know, Christine Lagarde's not the biggest fan of Bitcoin. We're going to look at what she also said, because she is a fan of the crypto space and fundamentally believes, and remember, this is the head of the second largest central bank in the world. She fundamentally believes that distributed ledger technology is going to change the world. And we're going to look at her specifically mentioning XRP and XLM. And to go back to what I said at the start of the video, right at the start, was people still don't quite understand, because it almost seems unbelievable, but it will happen.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. What is the pushback? Why are people fighting this so hard? It is at this point a done deal, guys. There's nothing people can do to stop it, right? There's too much press. There's too much information. There's too much investment in this project, right? XRP cannot be faded. It cannot be stopped. It is going to happen. Just get on the train before you get ran over, right? Keep it moving.
Just how transformative this technology truly is. It is going to be the new financial system, guys. And that isn't, you know, gobbledygook or mysticism. All you've got to do is take a look under the hood, peer behind the veil somewhat, and you will see what is coming for us. And Bitcoin isn't the new financial system. It's going to play a role as an asset within the broader financial system. It's not going to be what enables it. These distributed ledgers are. Let's look at what Christine Lagarde also had to say. And this is pretty shocking.
So I think the role of the disruptors and anything that is using distributed ledger technology, whether you call it crypto, assets, currencies, or whatever, and it's far from the Bitcoins that we used to talk about a year ago, that is clearly shaking the system.
That is clearly shaking the system. There we have it. By her own admission, this technology is shaking up the system and going to do insane things. I remind people that Swift is looking to utilize this technology. They have 11,000 banks under them. Look at their collaboration with Chainlink. People see Chainlink as a competitor to the likes of XLM and XRP. It's actually the opposite. It's an enabler of them. It doesn't do what they do. What it does is connect the sort of traditional financial world. It acts as a connective tissue to them. Euroclear, DTCC, these guys are doing quadrillions and quadrillions a year, and they're all looking to actively utilize this technology. It's extremely interesting. Before we move on to Christine Lagarde actually specifically mentioning XRP and, of course, Circle, which is predominantly run on XLM, let's look at what was said on the NASDAQ just the other day. It kind of reconfirms a lot of what we've been speaking about. Bitcoin is important. It's going to do well, but it isn't the new financial system. These distributed ledgers fundamentally are, because what they're enabling is an internet of value. In the same way that we're now communicating on the internet of information, value will be able to flow as freely, and that can only be done with distributed ledgers.
For a lot of viewers who are kind of new to crypto and don't really know what to think about stablecoins, don't really know what to think about wrapped assets like wrapped treasuries, stablecoins are great because they help keep value on chain where it needs to be. Wrapped treasuries and RWA items that are used for collateral, great. They allow people to keep things on chain, just to keep everything away from the fiat world. That's critically important. They say, well, how does that affect me? I don't know what to buy after Bitcoin. All of those things have to settle on a blockchain. They're not their own blockchains. They might settle on Ethereum or another blockchain, but they're going to need one. So when everyday investors are thinking, how can they expand their crypto knowledge outside of Bitcoin? Think of all the things that we're talking about. Most of them are going to have to settle, be executed and cleared onto a blockchain. Which blockchain those are going to be among the winners. So just a little bit to spread the knowledge. We're trying to get people past Bitcoin, which basically just moves from one address to another, into the future of finance. And all of the stuff that we're talking about here is going to have to participate.
Am I painting a clear enough picture? Guys, the future of finance is these systems. We're just talking about two. There's going to be multiple that are going to be participants, but we're talking about two that are specifically mentioned by, of course, Christine Lagarde. And let's now play that clip before we wrap things up with a little bit of price action, because it's no coincidence that both the XLM and XRP chart look as they do.
Two new technologies that will actually change the way in which intermediation is conducted, eliminate some of the barriers, including the unconscious biases that exist out there. And I think in the banking system at large, in many, many countries, the difference will not be between those who are disrupted and those who survive, but it will be between those who are cannibalized because they are not seeing it coming and they're not embracing it, and those who self-induce that cannibalization. And I'm using cannibalization on purpose because it's a bit of a striking, horrible word. But it's really what it means. It's you're going to disrupt your business model, you're going to change it, you're going to reduce your cost, you're going to expedite your transactions, and you're going to continue to inspire confidence because you will build that on the basis of an existing backbone, which is your bank and the confidence relationship that you've established with your customers. So that's where I see changes happening now. If you think of Circle and Ripples and all those, that's where they are active and helpful.
Need I say anything else? And Ripple use XRP, Circle use XLM, amongst other blockchains, by the way. But these are going to be two winners, two helpful technologies, as Christine Lagarde calls it. And we know her beliefs on the direction the world is moving towards and what the future of finance looks like. And just to talk about price action, I'll do a longer video on price action tomorrow, guys. I've got some really positive things to say as it relates to price. But just to talk a little bit about price action, it's no coincidence that XRP has this sort of target of $19.27 we've been looking at since it was sub 50 cents. Ultimately, we do think you're going to get there. It seems a lot more believable now. We're at $3. It ultimately is for the fundamental reasons that we're looking at in this video. And it's very, I think, coincidental, or it's non-coincidental, that not only does XRP look like this, but Stellar Lumens also does. And I did actually give a price prediction on Stellar Lumens for my Patreon. So do check that out, guys. It's well worth getting involved with a community that's working towards the same goals and endeavors. But we will do longer videos on price action in the coming day or two. So look out for a video tomorrow. We're doing an XRP update on price action. XLM one will get out sooner rather than later. Check out the Patreon, guys.
So I think that was actually another good video on XRP. Well, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's your main man, BTM, signing out for the XRP update in the XRP news. Remember, guys, let's get back to the money. And as always, stay dangerous. Happy Friday, and Miner out.